are you there? Where are you? Reply to me!
Oh, Stephanie. Long time no see.
Never mind, long time no see. What do you think you're doing turning down my wedding invitation? You mean you're not coming?
Huh?
I invited you to my lavish wedding because I felt bad for you being a pitiful reject with no friends. And you had the nerve to send it back with the not attending box ticked? What the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm busy that day.
It's my wedding day, for heaven's sake. You should be dropping all your plans and rushing at the chance to give me and my fiancé your blessing. Isn't that what best friends are for?
Best friends? Who?
Me and you, obviously. Did you forget all about how close we were in college? There was you living out your days on campus in introverted solitude with a life less exciting than a pile of rocks. When I, the queen of all extroverts, unparalleled in beauty and popularity, was so kind to shine a beam of hope on your tragic existence and became your friend.
You mean you just wanted me to hang out with you to make yourself look better? That hardly qualifies us as best friends. If anything, it just makes you a selfish narcissist. Anyway, Taylor is my best friend.
Huh? Taylor? You mean that filthy peasant with no parents who's so poor she couldn't even afford to buy lunch? That Taylor?
I'd prefer if you didn't talk about my friend that way.
Isn't it the truth, though, lol? Anyway, enough of that. Let's get to business. I want to give you the maid of honor speech at my wedding.
What?
Plus, you can sing and play piano, right? I heard you were pretty good. I want you to perform for everyone after your speech.
No, I made it very clear when I returned the invitation that I won't be attending. My schedule's full up.
Well, you should make room in it to attend your best friend's wedding.
Besides, why would you send me the invitation with less than a month to go until the ceremony? Even if I wanted to go, it'd be impossible on the timescale.
Well, make it possible then.
No, it's impossible because I have important business on that day I absolutely cannot get out of.
What? You mean there's something more important than my wedding?
That's exactly what I mean.
Go on then, what is it?
My boss's wedding.
Seriously? You'd miss your best friend's wedding to go to some random guy from work's wedding instead?
He's my boss, not some rando. And actually, he's a great guy who's always been there for me. I think it makes perfect sense to prioritize him over you.
Are you saying I wasn't there for you back in college? You probably wouldn't have even made it through without me.
The only thing I remember are your weird attempts to one-up me and put me down in front of everyone.
No.
Anyway, I can't help but feel that the only reason you sent me an invitation is because everyone else declined you. So you sent me one in an attempt to bolster the number, so that people who do attend don't realize everyone actually hates you. Sound accurate?
It's not like that at all.
I hit the bullseye, didn't I? I mean, come on, really? Best friends? Don't make me laugh. I'm done with this conversation. Good luck with your wedding.
I'm sorry to contact you out of the blue like this. Am I right in thinking this is Alice's number?
Maybe it is, but who's this?
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name's Richard Bigglesworth. I'm your best friend Stephanie's fiancé. I apologize again for contacting you so suddenly, but I found your number on Steph's phone.
I see. So, what could Stephanie's fiancé possibly want with me?
I'll just come straight out with it. Why don't you attend our wedding?
Huh?
Surely you should be there to give your best friend your blessing on the most important day of her life. She broke down in tears. She invited you because she wanted her closest friend to be there on the happiest day of her life. It's a day that only comes around once, you know. But she said you suddenly returned the invite with not attending checked.
I see. Like I told Stephanie, I have an urgent engagement on that day, so I can't come.
Yes, and I'm telling you that the way you've gone about this is just wrong. You've been downright inconsiderate and disrespectful, I tell you. Despite the fact you returned the invitation agreeing to give a speech and piano performance a whole 3 months ago. You have the nerve to pull out now all of a sudden, with less than a month left until the wedding day.
What? The invitation only came last week.
Excuse me?
Plus, I don't know if it was because she didn't know my address, but it was sent to my parents' house of all places. I immediately sent it back, making my intention not to attend crystal clear. And then Stephanie messaged me 2 days ago. She demanded that I attend no matter what, seemingly having no concern whatsoever for the fact that I already have plans of my own. That was also the first I'd heard of the speech and piano performance. Obviously, I told her that it was impossible to.
Wait, what? None of this makes sense.
It's exactly like I said. I didn't even know she was getting married until the invitation showed up at my parents' place last week.
Say what now? To think you call yourself a best friend. That's abhorrent.
Listen, Richard, you don't seem like a bad guy, so I'm going to explain this to you nicely. But me and Stephanie haven't spoke since college. It's been over 7 years. 7 years without so much as a single message exchanged between us. I haven't seen from her, heard from her, or even about her in all that time. Can you really call us best friends?
What? None of this adds up.
What's more, if I had to say one way or the other, far from being friends, I'd say we didn't actually get on that well at all.
Really? Forgive me for asking you this, but do you think there's any chance her sending you an invitation might have something to do with the fact so many people, particularly people she listed as close friends, are turning down the invites?
Are there really that many?
About 90% of the invites she sent were declined.
90%? Jeez. Does that mean, while being fully aware of the situation, you messaged me without harboring a single doubt as to why no one wants to associate with her?
You were listed number 1 as her closest friend, but she did say there was a chance you may have betrayed her.
Betrayed her? How?
Forgive me for dragging up the past here, Alice, but she told me the story of the time you and her were fighting over a certain boy in college. Eventually, that boy chose her over you, and they started dating. She explained how the two of you made peace a few days later, but she did say there was a hostile atmosphere for a little while because you were jealous. I did think that you holding a grudge against her for what happened back then made sense as a potential explanation for you not coming to the wedding.
If you want to hear my side of the story, it sounds like she's playing fast and loose with the facts of what actually happened to suit her ends and manipulate you.
I see. What exactly was Steph like during college?
I'd appreciate it if you went down that rabbit hole yourself. I hope you don't think I'm being rude, but I have no intention of talking at length about my personal affairs with someone I don't know.
I see. I understand. Sorry again for the inconvenience, and thank you for your time.
Alice, you scheming witch! What the hell did you say to him?
What do you want?
My fiancé broke off the engagement. You're behind this somehow. I know it! What did you do?
Ah, I see. Well, I wouldn't exactly go as far as saying I did something.
Why did he dump me then? Explain now! Your name was mentioned, Alice. I know you were involved. Don't think you're getting away with this.
Listen, Steph. Richard's the one who contacted me.
What? Why?
He messaged me out of the blue and started giving me a hard time about not being able to attend the wedding. All I did was explain my reasons why. I also set him straight on the facts that me and you aren't best friends, or even regular friends, or acquaintances, and that, in fact, I've never liked you. After that, I politely requested he did his own research and leave me alone.
What have you done? This is awful! Do you have any idea how much damage you've caused? You could have told a couple of white lies for me. What would have been the harm? Aren't we friends?
No. Do you have any idea how many people you made cry in my immediate surroundings back then?
What?
As far as I know, and I suspect there are probably more, firstly, there's my best friend Taylor, my little sister, 2 of my classmates from college, plus 1 freshman and 1 senior, and finally me. That makes a grand total of 7. Every single one of us had our boyfriends stolen by you. When you were on a particularly rotten streak, you had 2 or 3 guys on the go simultaneously. Not only that, you strutted around campus with your head held high, boasting of your accomplishments to anyone who'd listen, and relentlessly mocking your victims. What was your favorite line again? Oh yeah.
This is just how life is when you're as beautiful as me.
The fact that you've just had your engagement broken off 7 years later suggests to me that you probably haven't changed your ways since becoming an adult and entering society.
It's not my fault guys want me. If anything, it's their fault for not leaving me alone.
Were you born completely devoid of reason?
What?
I remember how you used to strut around flirting with other guys even when you knew they have girlfriends. Or how you'd welcome the advances of other guys even when you already had a boyfriend or boyfriends. The worst part was, you actually seemed to take pleasure in wrecking other couples' relationships. You seem to be lacking the bare minimum of reason required to exist in human society, Stephanie.
Don't be so mean.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that you totally deserve to get dumped by your fiancé and have the engagement broken off on this occasion. At the very least, you should use this as an opportunity to reflect on your life up until now and ask yourself why it might be that people consistently seem to want nothing to do with you. Goodbye. Richard messaged me again a couple of days later, apologizing profusely for the hassle his ex-fiancée had caused me. Our messages made him suspect her, and as well as keeping a close eye on her day-to-day movements, he conducted a thorough background check. When he did, he stumbled on an intricate web of lies involving several affairs, some of which he's still in the process of exposing. As things stand, his investigations have unearthed a whopping 3 secret lovers. On top of breaking the engagement, he not only took Stephanie to court for compensation, but all 3 of her lovers too. Obviously, the compensation also included the cost of the now-cancelled wedding ceremony and honeymoon. It turns out their own wedding was intended to be quite the extravagant affair, the total cost amounting to somewhere in the region of an unbelievable $70,000, including the damages owed for the 3 affairs. She now owes over $76,000, and not being partially well off financially, is now desperately trying to claw her way out of self-induced debt hell. I don't know whether it's because she's super poor now, but my best friend Taylor said she saw her disappearing into a crowd of people the other day, wearing ripped clothes that looked like they hadn't been washed in weeks, and clutching some half-eaten bread crust like her life depended on it.
Charlie, I told you to throw away her letters. Now he has seen them.
Jessica's letters?
Yes, he found them in the kitchen this morning. Please, find out if there is a way to block mail from her, because this is getting out of hand.
I think I will. What did he do when he found out?
You know how he gets. Locked himself in his room and refused to talk to me. Why has she come back after so many years? Has she not caused enough damage?
I do not know, my dear.
I am going to text her and tell her to leave us alone. It is too much now.
Please, be careful, my dear. I do not want you talking to her. She is not stable. She can hurt people.
It will just be a friendly conversation, where I tell her to stay away from our son. Nothing much. If you know what is good for you, then you will leave my son alone. You know what you did. You have the nerve to come crawling back. What is it that you want?
Now, Emily, that is not a nice way to greet your sister-in-law. I just want to talk to my son. That is all.
You gave up the rights to him when you dumped him at our doorstep in the freezing cold. You did not even have the guts to ask us if we could take care of him for a while as you figured out what you wanted to do with your life. Once again, how is that man you left your son for? Did he finally marry you, and are you now a trophy wife?
You have every right to be angry, Emily. I messed up. Trust me, not a day goes by without me thinking of my baby. I messed up. I chose a man over my son. And I have paid for it for the past 5 years.
I take it he did not leave his wife for you? What were you expecting? Let me tell you how the world works. You get back what you put in.
At least tell me how he is. Does he ever ask about me? I am sure that he has grown so much and is taller than me right now. Please, let me see him just once.
He is alive and well, nourished, unlike the way you left him. Do not talk about missing him. You mistreated Jimmy when he was just a little boy and could not take care of him. He wants nothing to do with you. I do not have all day. I wanted to tell you to stay away from my son. If you do not, you will see the ugly side of me.
You have grown attached. Jimmy has always been a lovable little boy. Look, I am sorry. I have been fixing my life, going to therapy, church, and starting a new job. I have been single for 2 years now as well. But every day, I am in pain as I remember my son.
You do not have a heart. So why must I believe you now? For all those years, you never cared about anyone but yourself. Charlie bailed you out of every mess, and you went and messed up again. If you really have changed, then you will stay away from Jimmy. Now is not the time to be dumping this on him.
Emily, I ask you to please reconsider.
You are not to be trusted, Jessica, after all that you have done.
It was a rush thing that I regret to this day.
No, not a rush thing. It is people's lives that you mess with and run away before you get caught. Please, just respect our decision. Where is he? Did you seriously take my son?
I did not take him. Chill. I just took him for some coffee. I called a taxi for him. He should be getting home very soon now.
You did not ask for permission before doing that.
I asked, remember? But you decided to act all motherly. What do you know about being a mother when you have not experienced the pain of giving birth?
Wow, there is the Jessica I know. The one who made me feel bad about my miscarriages. The selfish one. You have started something that you will not be able to end. I will not let you hurt him again.
I will get my son back, Emily. Even if I must snatch him from you.
Is he home yet?
He arrived 10 minutes ago. He was with her. I do not know how she figured out where he goes to school. I tried to talk to him about it, but he told me to stay out of it. I do not understand. I have tried to be a good mom, but he still wants to get to know her.
He is a teen, hun. They are unpredictable. There is not much we can do at this point. The more we stop him, the more she will gain power.
But what do you think she is telling him? Surely poisoning him against us?
Don't you think that it is time we found out?
What do you mean?
Check his phone. See how bad it is.
But that is not a bad idea. I have the phone in front of me.
Okay, and?
I have not looked through it. I have never done this before.
Yeah, we did say we would not be these kinds of parents. Do you still want to go ahead with it?
No, I cannot. He has not given us a reason not to trust him yet. I feel so guilty. Let me put the phone back in his room. He'll be back from his walk soon.
Good idea. See you later, hun.
Hey, Mom.
Cannot make it today.
But the Robertsons are here for dinner. They wanted to discuss the summer internship with you.
Well, maybe I do not want the summer internship, Mom. I want to go out with friends. Skateboarding. Do not leave any food for me.
Are you going to see Jessica then?
No, I am not going to see my egg donor. Can you two please stop fighting over me?
Hey, dear, sorry. Please, be safe out there.
Sorry for snapping, Mom. I meant that I do not want to talk about the internship now. Can I go over to Mr. Robertson's office tomorrow instead?
Okay, sweetie. See you later.
Hey, need to ask something? How long has Jimmy been seeing Chloe? Is she from a good family? They came over for dinner tonight.
What? They were at your house?
Yes, Jimmy and his girlfriend.
I know her. She goes to school with him. Very good in academics. A clean record as far as I know. Gotta go.
I am surprised you did not have a snarky reply to me this time around.
You are allowed to see your son. You did give birth to him after all. Chloe?
Are you spying on me, Mom?
You have a girlfriend and you did not tell me or your father?
I was going to.
But you used to tell me everything. It is okay. I am happy for you. She's a nice girl. Just be careful. You can tell me anything, okay?
Yes, Mom. And sorry for lying about dinner tonight. I was with my other mom.
It is okay. I am starting to regret not looking through his phone.
Because he lied to you?
Yes! If he has a girlfriend, then what else does he have? He felt comfortable introducing her to Jessica instead of to me. Am I that bad of a mom?
No, you are not, my dear. I think that she is using her tricks to turn you against each other. But why?
Riddle me that.
I will find out. There is so much that is fishy here.
Yes, she has never cared for him, never sent any letters or child support all these years. Then suddenly she comes back?
But what if she has changed?
If she has changed, then there is no need for me to hold a grudge any further, right? Then we can all co-parent.
Okay, dear. We'll see what I can find out. I found out that she is working in cybersecurity, has her own house, and has not had any felonies within the past few years. She broke up with that man of hers 3 years ago, as she says.
So, she is legit.
It appears.
Hi, we would like to go for dinner with you. We shall meet in a neutral location, catch up and stuff.
Really? I knew you would come around.
Do not be so excited. I am watching you.
When?
Tomorrow night.
How about the day after?
You are working on a public holiday?
A public holiday? Oh, I did not realize. Let me check my diary. The client landed from New Zealand last night, and we have some things to go over tomorrow.
Well, good luck then. Which company are you working for again? It seems to be very good money.
Well, I do PR for different companies.
Oh, is that all? No other skills?
Nope, it is what I studied for.
See you the day after tomorrow then. Good luck with the client. You said she was in cybersecurity?
That is what her social media says.
No mention of PR.
Nope. Wait, she lied about her job?
If she even has a job, keep digging. There is so much more that she has not told us. Also, Jimmy's biological dad. Please investigate him.
Why?
If it comes to a custody battle, I want to know if there will be any complications. The last thing I want is for Jimmy to be hurt. He has come so far since the day she dumped him on our doorstep, when he was just 10 years old.
After she cut him with a glass, I cannot believe the family members had no idea about it.
They see what they want to see, my love.
Emily, what the hell? Why did my son just send me a message telling me that he hated me?
I showed him everything, Jess. His grandfather's will, the reason why you came back into his life. We also spoke to your ex, who told us that you dumped him as soon as your father's will came out. About 2 years ago, when your father's passed away, Charles got his share, and we assumed you got yours. Except you didn't. Everything else was left to Jimmy, in a trust fund, and you managed to keep it away from us. How did you? After you requested a separate will reading?
I did no such thing. I am his mom. I am the overseer of his trust fund.
Lies. Somehow you made it so. And since then, you have been looking for a way to get the entire estate, worth a lot of money, into your name. We are his legal guardians. Eventually, everything was going to come out.
So, you told him? Please, do not say that you told him. All I wanted to do was to give us both a good life.
You wanted to take his money and then live a good life on your own. Admit it.
Emily, I did no such thing.
You gave him such hope, only to crush it with your greed. You're not getting his money. I spoke to the lawyer. The funds are secure from you. He will get access to his money when he is of age, and he will decide what he wants to do with it. Understood?
You witch! You ruin everything you touch. You are my one enemy here. You turned my brother against me, and now my son.
The same son you cut with a glass, in anger when he was 10, before dumping him here with no note? You are unbelievable. Leave the city and leave him alone.
Over my dead body.
She asked for part of my inheritance.
What? Has she no shame after what she did?
You are right, Mom. She is not a good person. I should have listened to you. I am so hurt, Mom. I know that you are my mom and all, but all these years I wondered if there was something wrong with me that made my biological mom not want anything to do with me.
No! My dear, there was never anything wrong with you. But I guess I was a bit too overprotective of you over the years. She took advantage of that and tried to make us fight. Many years ago, your father and I's relationship suffered because of her. It was only when we cut her out of her life that we recovered. She came back into our lives when she got pregnant.
By my biological dad, the one who disappeared.
Yes, we supported her through the pregnancy and taking care of you, but she would sometimes take you and disappear. That was when she met a married man, who she was with for years after she left you. But you were our blessing, after so many years of having no kids.
Wow, Mom, I did not know all this. Thank you for not sending me to a foster home.
We could never. You are our child.
We'll talk to you later. Must block Jessica. She is no more to me. And then, can we go for a walk later? With Dad?
Yes, dear. As soon as I get off work.
Turns out that she did bribe someone to make sure we did not know about the will. As we speak, she is being arrested.
Wow, this is wild. After more than a month of trying to find evidence against her, we have succeeded. But she did spin such an intricate web of lies.
But she forgot to leave a way out. I am sure that now she is wishing that she never tried to come back into our lives and trick Jimmy.
I do not know. I doubt that someone like her feels bad or has a conscience.
So, you think I am really going to jail? You are so deeply delusional.
You paid someone to omit info from a will, and then you try to extort money from a 15-year-old boy. Do you really feel like you have done nothing wrong?
I just wanted to get what was mine. My birthright. What is wrong with that? Charlie always got everything. The brains, job, and a better life. While I suffered. I deserve that estate.
You disappeared for 5 years and did not even attend your own father's funeral. Now, do you feel that you deserve that money? You are so entitled, it is sickening.
So, how should I survive?
Get a job and stop using men for money. That is how. I am done talking to you. Just know that we will not make this easy for you. Not only will you be denied custody of Jimmy, you will be punished for what you did.
I will not. I would like to see you try. You are so pathetic, trying to cling to a child that is not yours. Or is it that you also want the money for yourself? Yes. I know that you are just like me. You cannot resist the money. So much money, you will not have to work again.
Shut up. While Jessica did not get convicted for paying someone to hide info about the will, she did not get custody of Jimmy. Then, an investigation proved that she had been scamming people for years. She was tried and given 5 years in prison. Jimmy finished high school and used his money to start his own business. He did find his biological dad, but has no relationship with him. Charlie and Emily are still happily married and have just adopted a baby girl. The end. Thanks for watching!